There are so many enemies that we want to think that they're always against us becoming who we want to be, us building wealth, us becoming the best version of ourselves, or generally us just attaining the little things that we want in life. And so yes, today I'm going to talk about 3 types of enemies that everybody definitely has. You might think you don't have enemies. You definitely do have these enemies, because if they are stopping you from becoming the person that you want to be, from being the person you ought to be, and having things that you know you should have, then they are definitely your enemy. So I'm going to talk about them today. Make sure you watch till the end. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am margaretnakaongayumi, your self-help coach, and yes, this is your self-help channel where we talk about different topics that just enable you to become the best, and yes, the best, only the best version of yourself. Today I'm talking about 3 critical enemies that are blocking you from your dream life, from your dream job, from whatever thing that you want to be but you are not for now. It's definitely because of these enemies, and let's tackle them one at a time. And also I'm going to talk about how you can combat them, how you can defeat them, and how you can everyday processly overcome these enemies. So now, point number 1, the enemy number 1 is the intimate enemy. Now this is the kind of people in your life. Everybody has these people. Their family and their friends and their spouse, probably maybe your boyfriend or your girlfriend. They love you so much and they see who you are now. But the thing is, do they see the person that you can be? When you talk about your dream, how do they get excited, or they doubt you when you talk about it? Do they fear for you? Do they fear that you're going to fail and you're going to get hurt and you're going to come back to them running and they're going to say, I told you so? Some things are just not meant for us. Some people are just meant to be like that, and there's us that cannot be those kinds of people. So what I'm trying to say is, these people love us so much, but sometimes they tend to limit us because of the way they think what they think basically we can't do. And so they encourage you in a loving way. They're going to tell you, no, baby, don't do this. It's not you. There are other people that can do it. Look at where we are. Do we have the resources to make this happen? No, we don't. So let's just sit back and relax. And they kill your dream like that, because dreaming is about being a child and fantasizing and then looking for a plan on how you can make that dream a reality. So one of the enemies are people that really love us, and we love them, and their opinions really matter. But to some point, they just remind us of our limitations and what we can't do, and they kill our dreams like that. Enemy number 2 is the internal enemy. And I'm going to relate this internal enemy with the African proverb that reads that where there is no enemy within, the enemy outside can do us no harm. Probably this is a cliche. This is probably a cliche because most people talk about it, and it is so true, and I can't stress it enough. This enemy rather is inside you. It's the voices in your head that tell you you can't do it. What if you fail? You know, the negative self-talk that goes on in your head every time you want to think of a good idea, you want to think of a better life for yourself, and there's this, I don't know, whatever goes on in our heads that tells us you can't do that. Look at where you are. Do you even have the ability to be that? No. What if you fail? They remind you of what you can't do, and it's in our heads. Nobody has to plant them in our heads. We're just automatically negative sometimes, and so because we think like that, our outward response is just like, oh yeah, I probably can't, when nobody has even discouraged you. That is your internal enemy. There are the voices in your head that just tell you you can't do something. And yes, we are going to learn how to combat them, so don't worry. Let's go to enemy number 3, the external enemy. Now, the external enemy can be the economy sometimes. You know, you want to get something done and just the economy is not allowing you to, sometimes it can be your religion. Sometimes it can be just people that just don't like you for some reason. It can be because you judge the ideal. Sometimes you just have those hate energy that comes to you against you. And yes, that is the external enemy. And I don't think that those enemies matter the most, because amongst these 3 enemies, the enemy that really gets to you is the enemy within. And if you can learn how to master those inner voices, those negative talks inside you, then indeed no enemy outside can do you no harm. Not the intimate enemy, and definitely not the external enemy. So let's talk about how you can actually combat these enemies. Yeah. Number one is always affirm positively about yourself. This has helped me so much that I can't even stress it enough. I literally have opened another channel that I'm talking about with you now, which has affirmations in them. I personally read these affirmations and I've written them to myself, and I thought I should share them because sometimes inner doubts, inner fears just tend to so much discourage you that you become so powerless that you can't do anything. And for me, what works is affirmations. I talk to myself. I tell myself I am worthy of every good thing that I want. I can make this work. I can make this happen. I can do whatever I set my mind on doing. And I say them to myself. And when you keep on doing that, every time you have those negative self-talk in your head, you begin to affirm positively. You become stronger because you're built from the inside and you're coming stronger on the outside. And then you begin to overcome all these other enemies that surround you. So number one, positive affirmations. Number two, always set goals that challenge you. Until you become uncomfortable, you cannot feel good about yourself. You cannot build your self-esteem. I always talk about it. And so build challenges. And as you build challenges, as you said, goals for yourself, remember your why. Your why, your reason for doing whatever you're doing is going to always push you into fighting the inner voices, the external enemy, the intimate enemy. You're going to combat them because you know why you are doing it. I can say this for myself. Why do I make videos? Somebody actually asked me, would you make videos even if nobody was watching? I said, yes. Why? Because for one, I enjoy watching myself talk. I enjoy listening to myself. And yes, it is in me. It is who I'm supposed to be. So I'm going to talk either way. Even when nobody is listening, I'm going to talk and I'm going to speak and I'm going to teach and I'm going to inspire and I'm going to empower, even if it's just myself. So your why will always make you into the person that you want to be. And if it's a big why like that, it's a big thing, then it will always overcome any enemy that you can ever face. I hope this video made sense, guys. This has been Margaret Yumi, and subscribe if you are new to this channel. Please do subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye for now.